What's up, YouTube? It is Shhmoogly. Welcome back to Cushion Confessions Season 2, Episode 2. I have with me BREADMAN and Hydrated. How are you guys doing?
I am doing
Phenomenal.
well.
Good deal. Yeah. I can finally say, I'm no longer a recruit and I'm a partner with you guys. So it's pretty crazy.
Love
Well,
that.
we were just talking about it before, and Austin's like, this is a little bit different because last time we were on this call, you were competing, interviewing us, and now it's like we know everything like together. So it's pretty wild, like full circle. Yeah,
Time flies, man.
flies. Yeah, especially invitationals. Time is gonna fly with only a month to do it, which is something that Respawn hasn't done. A month invitational is actually insane. So like you got to come out, yeah, come out like guns a blazing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely nutty, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It will be. I mean, 110 recruits competing is pretty wild.
I was kind of baffled when he did the other 10. I was like, okay. Like, I'm excited but baffled. I was like, oh, hold on a second.
Right. It's like, oh, here we go again. Like just what happened last year when we're adding people and getting rid of people, and it's just like, holy cow.
But I mean, like that's so cool. Like you're able to. There's that much talent out there, right? Like you can't find that anywhere else.
No. And I think Tyler said it many times before. If he could partner every person that he thought was a great creator, he would. And like it's hard on Tyler, and now I can say it too. It's gonna be hard on us to even like help determine that. But like this was a special recruits, right? Because it's a invitational only. So like we each invited people that we thought would be great partners, and we saw something in them. And I think that's it's kind of what we're looking for. Like we're looking for someone that can be a partner with us, someone that knows how to create content, someone that knows how to work with people, a wide range of people. Because I mean, yeah, VTubers and a bunch of people that just do different content, which is great. And I know we've talked about it before with like other companies. They're strictly one game or they're strictly one type of content, whereas Respawn is just came back with a broader range of people. So I think it's
Grab bag,
pretty
I think
sweet.
that makes it so cool. You know, like you're saying. I mean, like that's you. You can't put a finger on what Respawn does because they do everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just yeah.
So I was one of the most recent Respawn recruits. Breadman, when did you compete? And did you get partnered during your challenge?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I didn't. I competed twice.
Mhm.
The first time, I want to say 20. Oh my god, it's been so long.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh my god, was that 2022?
Because it's let's see, it's 24 now. So yeah, it
Yeah,
was
but it was
probably before Respawn came back, right? Yeah.
exactly 2021 and 2022. Um, I didn't even make it past the 750 the first time. Like
Mm.
I got cut pretty early, in all honesty. And I was like, okay, well that's fine. I did it for shits and giggles, and that was
Right.
really cool. But then the next one came around. I was like, I'm putting everything into this. I was like, I want to show people what, and I got more serious about streaming too,
Mm-hmm.
and just content creation as a whole. And so I was like, I want to actually try to make a difference. And I started gaining a little bit of traction just in my community and started building up my community. And then I was like, okay, time to hit it head on, and let's just go for it. And then I lost. I made it to top 10,
Yeah.
and then after that point it was the 3, and yeah,
Right.
I didn't end up getting it, unfortunately.
But then,
But then it happened, and then like 2 months later,
yeah.
our old good sir, salute to him, messaged out to me, and was like, hey, like we liked your stuff, can we sign you just with Respawn? And I was like, absolutely.
No, like no doubt about it.
It was like, I remember it was like 8 a.m. and I had woken up and I'm looking at my notifications on my phone. I'm like, oh, I have a Twitter DM. Oh, it's a Respawn. Oh, it's it's asking me if I want to be a partner, and I just immediately typed yes. Like
It,
it was instant. I didn't have to think about it.
right.
And that was just the coolest moment ever. I genuinely.
and hydrated. I guess you probably have a similar experience as well. From Breadman, when did you compete? Did you get partnered, and what happened during your recruits?
Yeah, man, I'm with Redmond. It seems like forever ago now
Yeah,
at it, and
yeah.
it's so I competed in the first one ever at the beginning of 2020, the one at the end of 2020, and then the my last one was the one when they started doing it just once a year at in 2021. First one, well, the first one it was 9 seats, and then the second one was five, where we
Mm,
didn't have cuts. It was just
wild.
you logged in one day to Twitter and you hope that you saw your name up there. The first one you hope you saw your name up there. The second one you hope either it was like Brandon said, man, salute to the legends, the captains that started this journey for us, and you hope that either James, Darius, or Alex came by your stream and said, hey, welcome, and then um, so the third one is when we started doing the cuts. I think that one had, like I said, almost 2,000 people. I think it was
Phew.
a crazy amount. Made it all the way to the finals, kind of like Redmond. I made it to the top nine, and I lost the last challenge, and so got cut short. But the man himself, he came to me probably about 3 months later. I was gonna say
So similar. Yeah.
September, yeah, and he just sent me. I remember like it was yesterday. He sent me the message on Discord. He said, "Hey, do you think you can add me?" And I said, "Of course." And I'm freaking out 'cause I'm like, he doesn't ask anybody, just add him on Discord for no reason. And
Right.
uh, and he told me, he's like, and James just, I remember the message. He said, "I think it's about time we put the code hydrated on the website now." And I remember
Wild.
I literally jumped up from my couch because I was off work that day. I ran straight to my wife. I was screaming. I lived in an apartment at the time. I thought we were gonna lose our place. I literally
Damn.
was screaming, man, because it was just something I was just kind of since 2019. I love the brand and I love
Yeah.
the culture behind it and everything that our man now Tyler is doing. It kind of resembles that vintageness that the community brings. So it was crazy, man. It was a long time coming, but you know the way it was worth it. So it was a good moment.
Love it. Yeah. Great stories. And anyone listening, like who is either new to Respawn or has been with Respawn as a fan for a while, like that just tells you like clearly if you're doing something right, then it'll be noticed, even though it doesn't feel like it at the moment. And we talked about this last night during our partners Q&A with the community for invitationals. Like some people in there as well, didn't get partnered, and they're like, the resilience, we just kept with it, and they saw who we were, and Respawn came back for 2020, I guess 2023, right? Came back for 2023, and then just saw that we still love the brand and everything, and got partnered. So anyone listening, don't stop, keep going, regardless.
Scary time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When Respawn went under, uh, we didn't know. I
Yeah.
remember getting that DM, or not even DM. It was in the old in the old chat, because there was a separate server. It was
Mm.
a Respawn partner server.
Oh, this is a brand new server. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like it was like particular just for partners. Nobody else had access to it. And it was an old one. And
Mm.
I remember getting that message like starting. I think it was like September or whatever. It's like starting here. Like we're gonna be no longer. And
Wow.
everyone was just kind of like, oh, what? And I remember going through messages and just seeing
Mhm.
everything, and everyone was just like, oh my gosh. And they couldn't talk about it, and he still can't.
Right.
And we won't ever understand what happened, but like that was such a scary time. I remember I just got partnered, like it was like 2 months as a partner.
Oh, damn.
And gone.
Yeah.
It was gone, and I was like, okay, well, still got my respawn chair and legacy. My old one, I actually still have it. It's like
Wow.
actually or I took off the arms.
Oh no.
Respawn chair, dude. This poor respawn chair.
Oh no. No arms at all.
It acts as my footstool.
Smart. Smart. When you're taking a nap in your respawn chair.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, that was a very scary time. But to be back and to really be like this into invitationals and even just your recruits, like, that
Yeah.
was so cool. I've never felt so loved by a brand and a community and be able to actually speak my voice and make a difference.
Yeah, I agree 100% with what Redman said. It just, I mean, it caught us off guard like completely. Like
Yeah.
there's people that were kind of I mean, there was even partners that were upset that that was happening, as if they didn't know. But I will 100% stand by it. They, the original trio, they told us what they knew at the time. They 100% did.
Right.
Nobody was left off the record. I know there were some things that were said at the time, but I mean, they cared about us, and I know that those three put as much passion into the brand as there is today, um, because they thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, we found out I would say that was September, October, and then we were given that March timeframe once our codes were disabled, and there's certain factors I think that are out in the public eye that you can research yourself, and obviously just common sense wise understand about the company. But I mean, to come back in full force the way Tyler brought in, the way obviously the big chair we all know, and the way that they believed in not only the company itself and the entity, but also the brand Respawn products. I think it means a great deal to us, and it is so kind of like Redmond said, it's kind of like an honor and a privilege now to kind of lead that new era, and to see how far we can take it, man. Because I mean, we've had our conferences and our meetings and whatnot, and the possibilities are
Yeah, I agree. And I think as one of the newest partners, I'm super honored as well to be like technically like the first class of partners for the new company, not new company. You guys know what I'm saying. The new era, new recruits. And it's just wild to think about that, like, yeah, it was a great challenge, and that was 3 months long, and then you get now 110 creators doing a month long challenge. Like, blew my mind that when Tyler brought that up to us. I think we were all a little shocked. Like, he's like, I want to do this invitationals, and this is what it's gonna be, and we are like, okay,
Whoa, like
like coming out strong for 2024, and like his vision for the whole year is insane, and you guys will find out eventually what that vision is, and it's guy, you guys are gonna want to be along for the ride for sure, no doubt about it. Um, so with 110 recruits currently competing in this invitationals, what do you believe sets this invitational apart from like other competitions or recruitment challenges you see across the board?
you want to go, Hydra? You're good. Go for it.
yeah, okay. I think the biggest thing, I mean, I think it's the most common like sense knowledge of this competition is just the engagement. I
Mm,
think not
yeah,
only from our staff here at Respawn and to the community. That's I think the biggest thing. A lot of other brands, and I even put, even though we're like a brand recruitment challenge, I think we're ahead or even
yeah,
higher than most org recruitment competitions. I like to think.
I can agree. Yeah,
A lot of these orgs, a lot of these brands, companies, however you put it, they start watching towards the end of that first cut week. They engage when they need to make those cuts, and they kind of go off certain, to be transparent, analytics that a lot of things that we don't go off of. Um,
yeah,
I think that's one thing, especially Tyler. And I want to say this first. Oh my God, people don't understand how hard Tyler works. It's crazy
No,
all day. Yeah,
how hard he works for what his quote unquote position is. He puts in tenfold that kind of work. He does. When people say like, when we say he's Mr. Do It All, they don't like. If only they knew, and we can kind of go into that in depth within our meetings and our conferences. But he does do it all. So, um, but I think just his engagement with everybody on a day-to-day basis, um, the time put in to actually take a second to watch all the content that everybody puts out, because I mean, 110 people is a lot to keep track of within a week and a half, much
yeah,
less over 400 people. I mean, that's incredible. So
right.
I think that's one thing that sets us apart, and then obviously just the love for the brand in general. There's everybody going for it actually thoroughly loves Respawn. I think people go for recruitment challenges just because the end prize or the end name, the name around it, etc. So yeah, I think just our engagement and our commitment to each other, I think, is probably the biggest thing that sets us apart.
yeah. I mean, I definitely agree. I feel like it's becoming more of a what's the best term for it? I don't want to say trend because I feel like that might be the
Mm.
wrong word, but it's becoming more of a trend. I'll say it anyway. To it's becoming more of a trend for companies and things to do this. I
Yeah,
feel like I really didn't see it before Respawn. I feel like we kind of paved the way. There was a few, but like now I see like NorCal, like their esports orgs and the NorCal Rising and High Star, like the mousepad company, they hosted like one of those, which I competed in and lost. Thank you very much.
Me too. Me too.
If
Yes.
you're listening, I'm coming after you. But like that, it's becoming more of a regular thing, and it's cool to see that we're paving the way for those. And like y'all said, a month for 110, you have to stick out. I feel like there's you, if somebody's only watching so much, Tyler has so much on his plate. Like if he's only able to watch 30 seconds of a video, and we're watching the rest, like you have to make that impression with him. You know, like we are that line, but he's almost the first line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we bring things up to him, or he brings things up to us, and we just go back and forth, and that's just really cool. I worked with another company. I won't say their name, but I didn't feel like I had any say, or B felt like I was part of a community. They just wanted to sign people, and they did it, and they signed people, and that was it. And so being a part of Respawn and what they mean and the community that they've fostered, I think is just unbeatable. I mean, it's the best one that I've seen.
I agree. Yeah, I think Tyler has said it many times on, Twitter as the actual chair. Like, we're not just a brand, we're a community, and it is cliche to say, but like until you're a part of it, you won't understand, or until you compete in recruits, you won't understand, because that the people that aren't a part of it, they just see it on Twitter as another company that's just looking for people. But like until you're actually fully involved, like we are, or fully involved in recruits, then yeah, I agree. You won't really know the difference until there. And yeah, a lot of companies out there are just oh, I got you as a partner, I won't talk to you ever again. It's just like and yeah, Tyler's very, very involved. That man is awake all day, all night. And he finds time to game.
Be serious.
And he finds time to game. So like
I swear I wake up and you guys have like 5,000 messages in
always.
that.
Always.
Wake up and I'm like, I am gonna go through all these, but it's going to take me an hour. I'm trying to read every single message, and I'm like, oh my god.
I'll be at work and I'll see 5 to 8 partners in the voice call, and I'm like, wish I could do that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So it's nice to get together with you guys, because we talk all day on Discord, messages, but we don't actually talk much because we're all so busy ourselves. But
Oh yeah, I mean, because the majority of us are working. I mean, full-time jobs. I think all of us.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think there's some that are like work from home.
90%.
Yeah, I'd say 90% of us. Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean,
Yeah.
Just the fact that we're able to juggle this with also work, and some of us have kids. Like that's, that's a huge ask.
Right. And then it's super impressive, especially nowadays with how expensive stuff is, like we were talking about earlier.
That's crazy.
How does Respawn? How do we tailor our challenges to bring out the unique skills and strengths of each participant? Like, I know this is only week 1 of invitationals, but I guess we can talk on the other challenges as well. Like, Tyler really puts thought into these challenges. It's not just like post something that you like to do, like he actually cares about the challenges. Like, I mean, my recruitment was pretty heavily involved in the community aspect of things. And then if you guys want to talk on yours a little bit, I know yours a little bit different with it being prior company than this one, but
Oh, I got a mouthful for that one.
yeah.
I will say for you alls, like it was so cool to see the community basis, because they were trying to rebuild that community.
Right.
That's why you guys were collabing with each other, and that's why like your podcast took off, like all that stuff. Like it literally feels like just a month ago that I was on the last one.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like that's just so cool, and to see that propelled you all to become partners. That literally it's your bag.
Yeah.
But that's because you found the right person, and you found a way to build a community around what you do. I said this on the Q&A. It's the twist and yoink or twist and pull method.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you take something you love and make it your own. Do something that relates to your style of content and things along that line. And when we were in recruits, it was oh my god, I couldn't stand it. It's getting me heated just thinking about it. All I saw were gaming clips.
Mhm.
Every damn video, it was someone just they were great clips, don't get me wrong, but every video was just a clip of someone doing a headshot, and that's cool and all, but who are you as a person?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, I posted a couple clips that I thought were fun, but it's because they also included something that was about me. You know what I mean? And then like I had like my maid outfit video where I was saying I was gonna fight all the other recruits. Love that video, and like that one took off and everyone loved that. It was just cool to see that I could make something that was my style and told a story about me, but also was capable of reaching a bigger audience and making people laugh and making people interested. It kills me just to see people post clips. Don't just do that. Please, if you take anything away from this, don't just post clips. They could be clips from your stream, but don't just make them gaming clips. Make them something interesting. You know what I mean? You've got to stick out, especially now. Like we said, you have a month.
Right.
That's so little time. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same for me. I mean, it's especially for the early on. It was stream clip to Twitter, stream clip to Twitter, stream clip to Twitter.
Yeah.
One thing that helped me sit out, and I always ask for feedback, just as everybody else does. Tyler, I asked for feedback back then, and I started uploading content off of because it was mostly done through Twitter. Our
Right.
challenges were non-existent. It was once in a while, from the Respawn Twitter, they would tweet out, hurry up and make a quick short video on you expressing what makes you stand out in this competition, or reply with a video message saying why you want to be part of this community, and then you would have to go and do it. But I started making YouTube videos. I started making short forms with some interacting content behind it, such as commentating other Respawn recruits, doing. I started reaching out to a lot of other recruits, and it was back then to where not a lot of people took the offers because it was kind of just I can upload it, I know I'm gonna get this, and etc. So
Yeah.
but people that did reach out, it was really dope to see it come into fruition and make stuff happen. And I talked to a couple of them back then. They said keep doing this because this is something we haven't seen, but we enjoy seeing it. And I mean, it was nice to see. We had a challenge in the 2021 one in the last round. I spoke my piece on that. I'm not
Yep.
I'm not gonna. I think I've told you, Shmoog, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I have an idea on how I quote unquote lost the last challenge, but
Right.
I get why it was at the time, and that's one thing I think that kind of Red tailored to is that now it's very community engagement oriented. It's really kind of connect with one another. I think Tyler does a great job in getting the best out of us and the best out of every creator, and not necessarily I guess the term is pushing to their limits, but also doing that in a healthy manner in which it also involves um, trying to see how high of a level you can create as if you were a full-time content creator in the same aspect as networking. So there's a lot that goes into it. But I mean, I think it's just nobody else does a recruitment challenge like we do, and seeing the best version of every person that does, create content with everything that does go on in life from a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I agree. And I think if you guys want to hear what Austin is talking about, you can go look at episode 1, season 1 of Cushion Confessions when I was competing, because Austin talked heavily on his experience during that. And yeah, but I agree, Austin, with that it's nice to actually have some form of like foundation this year, or like the year that I competed, rather than you really didn't know until you were cut for your guys' seasons. I feel like it was just like here it is, and if you make it you make it, if you don't you don't. There was never like a clear like here's top 100, here's top, etc. So that is nice that Tyler's actually thinking about it that way, instead of just
Taking care
hoping.
of the community, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's
And partners. Yeah, he
is our father.
really thoughtful. Yeah, daddy chair. Yeah. If you're listening, Tyler, Daddy Share.
Chair is so thick. I'm not gonna lie.
So thick.
I'd kiss
Headrest
him.
was crazy.
Yeah. The chair slap. um, how do you guys envision the recruits' experience with Respawn products, like during this invitationals, like shaping their future in the gaming and content creation landscape? I know we've talked about it a little bit of like Respawn really is a stepping stone for some creators, and I mean it's helped me immensely. I'm sure it's helped you, Breadman. I'm sure it's helped you, Austin, with just growing yourself as a creator. I mean, I spoke briefly on the Q&A last night of like I wasn't as confident coming into recruits as I was until I started meeting people and being like, oh wow, I actually do have relatively decent content and people enjoy it, and you know maybe it's something I need to. And then I tweeted out at Hydrated and said I'm gonna be a partner with you, and that was like day 2 of the competition, and then look where it got me. So like, what can you guys speak on that of the future of shaping them, even if you don't make partner, it's still a great experience to shape yourself as a creator. So Hydrated, if you want to start with that one.
Yeah, man. I've always been a firm believer in this, and I preach this. I preach this to you. I preach this to
Yeah.
Frosty, and even Mr. Ghost Michael. He's reached out to me. He's
Yeah.
the Recruit Invitational. Um, a lot of other people, some of our past partners, even that this opens up a lot of opportunities, and I think that's one of the biggest and the greatest things that Respawn does is it opens a lot of opportunities. It kind of I kind of touched on earlier. It kind of pushes you to how well you can create content, how hard you can go in creating content, and the best version of yourself too. You set a standard for yourself for other recruitment challenges, other brands, other companies, and it can kind of it can kind of push you to limits that you didn't even know you had, and open other doors for other brands, other partners to show your professionalism, your marketing, your networking, the capabilities, um, that you can really do it at the highest level. So, and then just open other other opportunities for other companies and other networking moments and stuff like that. I think I spoke on it on your the last episode I was on.
Yeah.
Shmoogly. I correlated Respawn with some of the our previous partners in the Call of Duty League, and a couple months later, I got invited to host the Call of Duty World Championships and have an official watch party. So,
Yeah.
and then being with a couple of brands now I'm with that I never would have had the opportunity if it wasn't for Respawn. So it helps out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, agreed to say the least.
Yeah.
Other brands are looking, other companies are looking, and especially they see, oh, dog, oh, so
And I
depressing.
hope nobody caught her in the background.
Puppy.
Will you hold her up to the camera?
Yeah, please. Oh my goodness.
Too much spotlight.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh my.
She got her clout for the day now.
Look at her ear. She's like.
Dude, so cute.
I got a stream later. She's gonna get it up.
See, right.
It kind of piggybacking. Sorry.
Dog.
Brands and companies are looking at you. Like Hydrated said, if you're professional, you're funny, and you really show what you can do, I promise they're looking. Because they like you said, like they're using them as a stepping stone. They see brands like especially High Star. It seemed like during this one and mine is when they were large into replying to like my comments about the recruits and everything else like that. Like I'd be like, oh hell yeah, I made it to the next level, and I'd see a High Star like GIF attached to my tweet.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that goes out to whoever's following High Star and vice versa, and all the way down the line.
Right.
And being able to put in that effort and being able to like I say unlock, that new form of yourself. You know what I mean? I didn't know that I could actually make good enough content that people wanted to see it. So I took more of like a cinematic debut
Yeah.
route, into when I was in recruits, and that was just so cool. I didn't know that I wanted to do that, but I did it and it worked, and I was like, this is awesome. I'm gonna continue. Um, and now like I still get some DMs from some brands being like, hey, like, what do you think about this? And they ask me a couple questions, and I just give my honest response.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I don't want to say work with them, or if I don't believe in what their community has built, like I'm just going to say no. Interrupt the thing. Um,
Right.
but like I said, when Respawn messaged me, it was an immediate yes. There was no second thought. But all these other ones, I'm having to kind of dig a little deeper. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
they see your name on there, it's like, oh, awesome. Well, I'm just gonna message them, and they'll probably say yes. Like,
Right.
just sell them. I don't food. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just yeah. So it makes a difference, and being able to go to that next level and see that in yourself is such like what's the best word for it? Such a motivator.
Agreed.
That
Yeah.
that is just so cool to see people actually enjoy your content.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's good that you touched on that, because that's something that a lot of creators need to be mindful of like the companies that you're saying yes or no to, because again, like, do your research. Like, Respawn, before I joined the challenge, like, I saw everyone posting about it. I'm like, what the hell is Respawn? Like, I don't know anything about this. And then, doing my research and seeing who was involved with it, and just seeing the community aspect, like, God, Respawn's all over Twitter. Like, get these people off my page. Like, holy cow. And then it's like, okay, they're here, they're supportive, they're like replying to people. I say they as in Tyler, but you guys know what I mean. So, yeah, definitely.
We need access to the Twitter account.
One day.
Ooh, one day.
Like
One
a
day.
Twitter takeover. Oh,
Ooh, partner Twitter takeover. That would be fun.
There's enough of us for one day throughout the month.
Oof, that's true. That is true.
the amount of shit posts
Imagine.
I would make on Respawn's Twitter.
Oh man, just the memes coming. The memes coming from each of us would be wild. And it's funny because
Like feet or something.
I feel like I would know who tweets it too. Like, I'd be like, that was Breadman.
You think so?
That was Hydrated. That was Frosty. Like, definitely.
I was gonna watch it, be like, hell no.
Yeah, I know, right? He's gonna say it.
Got it.
Please don't. Please don't.
Please.
One chance, Ty. We just need one chance.
You will regret it. I had one chance. Oh Lord.
For those currently competing in the invitationals now, how can they really leverage social media and like their other platforms to make a lasting impression on both Respawn and just the gaming community in general? Like, I know we do have, well, I mean, I'll say it, we do actually have some pretty large people, relatively speaking, that were invited to this invitationals. And like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it would be good all around for Respawn as a product, but also for those creators themselves to like show off a brand that actually has like a wonderful community behind it. And I know it is scary for some of these other creators that did get invited, that we did see potential in, that they might not have those numbers. But we know through our experience of being partners and through our competition that Respawn does not care about your numbers. That is one thing that is way different than any other companies before. Like, some companies, you got to fill out a Google Doc form and you write, I have 73,000 followers, or I have 73 followers. And if you don't hit the metric, then they won't even give you a shot. And I think that's huge for Respawn. It's huge that Respawn is giving this opportunity, because like we just talked about, it opened doors for Breadman, it opened doors for Hydrated, it opened doors for me. Like, it's a great thing to be involved in. So give some insight on that if you guys could.
Let's see. Hydrated, do you want to go first or?
Yeah, man. I think honestly, I think it's good regardless, man. It's good to see creators of every single kind of. I hate saying it, but every single tier you can
Yeah.
imagine. From not a fan of the terms, but big or small, medium creator, however you look at
Agreed.
it. Just seeing
Yeah.
everybody from different facets of the community, kind of like share the same love and passion for the brand, for the product. And there's a lot that goes into it. Obviously, like you said, numbers don't matter in decisions. But I think it's a chance to, these creators are a little bit bigger. In their minds, they might think, I'm a huge creator. I have this competition, in fair sight. And at that point, it's like, okay, well, show us how strong your community is. If that's
Right.
the case, show us what you could bring to the table regarding community. And for those, that might be a smaller creator, it's like, show me why you made the top 25 just a few months ago. Show us why
Right.
the top 50, top 100, show us why that, you have a head start. And there's some creators that have come to me prior, out of DMs, just voice to voice over Discord, and be like, what do I do if these creators that are of bigger stature are going to be in the competition? I said, you kind of have an idea of what to expect. You've been here before.
Yeah.
You showed up when it was not 110, but I like to the lights were the brightest at 400. I mean, down to the final cuts. I mean, so use that to your advantage. So I think everybody has something to bring, um, and it's a chance to show that this person has so and so many followers, so much numbers and whatnot, but this other creator has a very strong and dense community of people that will always reply on every post, not just one post and it's scattered, but multiple posts again. Their quality content is higher because of the effort and the time they put in with the chip on their shoulder. So
Right.
I think it's absolutely healthy to have all these different kind of tiers, facets of the community, and I think both are very, very good for respawn.
Yeah. It was scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine what it's like to go against Haley? Oh my gosh, that was my run. Was seeing Haley at the top of everything, and me being
Yeah.
like, dude, I was talking to my fiance, and I was like, this is making me sad. Like I genuinely was upset. I was like, I don't have enough. I genuinely thought I didn't have enough potential to make it as far as I did. And Haley, God bless her, she's awesome. And after meeting her and like talking with her, like she's so sweet. But like it was very scary. I will say that much, and it did discourage me for a while. But I got to step out of my comfort zone. You know what I mean? I got to do something different that I've never done before, and being able to do that, being able to show what I'm made of, is the best thing that I can tell everyone. Is just do yourself, do yourself, be yourself.
Hey,
Oh, don't take that the wrong way.
you heard it here first.
Um, be yourself and genuinely just try your hardest. That's what shows. My community isn't large, but I know everyone in my community. And I think that's been my biggest goal in streaming is no matter if you're in my stream for a day, 2 days, to 4 years now, I know you. And I want to say I know enough about you to ask how you are, how's your family life. Like I feel like I want to be their friend, and that's the parasocial relationship and the whole Ludwig situation. I remember that whole video. Is it parasocial? No. What's the term? Online. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I know what you're saying, but I don't know.
Someone through like a screen, and like someone who's higher, like famous. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, but I want to try my best to do that. You know what I mean? And that I think is what makes me a little bit different compared to some others. And my editing skills aren't amazing, but my final video for Respawn was fully edited. I did a green screen. I did like capturing along those lines, and I really did put my all into it. I was streaming. Oh my gosh, I forgot about the fact I streamed for 47 days in a row during recruits.
Damn.
And that was like my shtick. I said, I don't care what happens. I will be live every single day for at minimum 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I said, that is how I will be on the front page of everyone's like news feed and Twitter feed and Twitch feed. I want them to see my name all the time. If they see my name all the time, someone's talking about me. Someone is scrolling over my name. Someone has seen me, and that's what matters. That is the coolest part, is that someone actually knows my name, and especially someone at Respawn. I had a whole back and forth with Darius about my baguette sword that I used in my final. And that stuck. That stuck. I literally was going to send it to him.
Yeah.
but I couldn't get the epoxy, and they were like, "Oh, I don't know if you can mail that." I was like, "Okay,
Get all rotten and gross. Yeah.
exactly." And
Yeah.
so, but the bread sword made,
Stood out.
caliber.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was probably one of the coolest things I've done. You know, and that's just all brainstorming.
Right.
Time brainstorm to genuinely just think. Even if that's using, I hate saying it, ChatGPT at this point. I didn't have that. That wasn't around when I was doing it.
Right. Yeah.
And having that as your resource, use all your resources. I get so many videos on TikTok.
Mhm.
Oh, you should use this sound instead of this sound. Here's why. You know what I mean? Find those videos. Try your best to find something that you like and make it yourself. So
Yeah, and I can agree. I think the networking part of Respawn was huge for me during my challenge. I mean, it's something that I wasn't like too great on before joining Respawn, and just realizing the community aspect and the collaboration aspect. And oh, if my name is all over Twitter, people are gonna know who Shmoogly is. Like that's just how it should be. And that's how you get your name known. And it is weird being on this side of things, because now popping into recruits chats being like, hey, what's up, they already know who I am. And it, to me, that's wild. They're like, oh, there's a partner in here. I'm freaking out. And I'm like kind of like what you guys told me last year when I was a recruit. I'm just a person. Like, I'm just a person. And I know Austin said that to me many times, and you did too, Breadman. And I'm just like, yeah, I agree. And going off what you said with, like, your people in your community, I can say the same for Hydrated. I mean, I'll pop in there, he'll ask me about my kid. He'll ask the next person about, their test that they had 2 weeks ago. And I'm just like, Hydrated cares. Breadman, you care. Like, I care. Everyone cares, and I think that comes with learning of the growing of community. And I think Respawn did have a big part of that for me, and I assume the same as you guys. It had a big part of that as well. So
I got to meet you. Duh.
yeah, right. Yeah. True,
That's-
true.
That I will say, if like that, the podcast had never been done, and I know I talked
Mhm.
about that on the first one.
Yeah.
It had never been done before, and that is
Yeah.
why both of you are here, because you went out of your way to try something new, and it worked out. I mean, look at both of you now. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Crazy. Yeah,
it's unreal to you.
it
all,
does still.
to be in those shoes. It's
Yeah,
impressive. So
appreciate that.
find something new. Find something new and make it. Do something cool.
Right.
Dude, no matter what it is, like, that's just, yeah.
I agree. Hey, Shmoogly, I don't know if you said it yet, but this is powered by Respawn now. You know that, right?
It is, yeah. I think, yeah.
I forgot.
It is now. Everyone,
Respawn.
our chairs, yeah, powered by Respawn for sure. It is wild to think about, because yeah, you're Respawn. Can we see Tyler's? I don't know if we can see Tyler. No. It is wild to think about, yeah, because when we did season 1, it was, hi, I'm Shmoogly and Frosty. We are recruits, and this is the unofficial Respawn Recruits podcast, Christian Confession. And I know we messaged Tyler before and said, is this okay with you that we're doing this podcast type deal? And he goes, yeah. Obviously it can't be like sponsored by Respawn, but like you can put Respawn Recruits podcast. And we're like, okay. And now just going into it this year in season 2, it's like, oh, this is powered by Respawn. Like, that's wild to me. And it's just full circle at that point. And that was our vision from the very beginning when me and Frosty linked up, was how crazy would it be if this would be a part of Respawn products, like as a product of Respawn, and that's basically what it is. And it's funny because we were a little doubtful. I'm not gonna say we weren't. We were a little doubtful during it all, and we're like, you know, they're just keeping us around to cut us at the end, to be like, we don't want to partner you, but we want you to do a podcast around Respawn. And that's just our mind, that's just our mind thinking, like, how wild was it? And you guys are laughing because you probably know something that I don't, but I'll see. We'll talk later. Um, but is there anything like what we did, because I have talked with some of the recruits and they've given me their ideas. I haven't said like yay or nay. I'm just like, what are your thoughts for like this invitational? Like, what is your kind of plans going on? And I think, is there anything so far that has stood out to you guys that you've seen? I mean, it's only been a week. It's only been, 3 days of, right? 3 days? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. Goodness, it's only been like, a couple days of recruits. First cut is coming up the end of this week, Friday, but I've already seen some great recruits collaborations that they're talking about. I've already seen some great, I think the spotlight thing that Tyler just did a lot better than the Google Docs, because now everyone can see your content. And I really think that's a good way to like last year you only saw the content you saw when it was on Twitter or when it was linked on Twitter from the actual creator. At this point, anyone can go in there and see the content that you're posting on Discord, and that's either like a shit, I have to work my ass off harder, or okay, I think I can make it here. Okay, I think I can make it here. Like, it is a good motivator at that point. But is there anything that you guys have seen so far that you're liking?
Well, someone else is stealing your idea.
Oh no.
You got Wolf, Bad Wolf Bros.
Oh, yep.
It's kind of a spin.
It is. Yeah.
This is a perfect way to look at it. Is the yoink and twist. You are taking something that you like and you like the style of, but making it your own.
100%.
I was reading through it more recently, and it's like what do they call it? Some quick dips.
Because they're
Like 5 to 10 minute recording audio. You ask those questions, and that's it.
yeah.
And you get to see how they edit that, and that's actually gonna. I'm really excited for that actually. And then I also had Fractal Zion reach out to me,
Yep.
via just a like logo. You know
All
what I mean?
all partners, actually. He reached out to all partners.
Yep, and he sent that Google Doc out, and it had some good questions on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that's just like a fun way to make something interesting. You know what I mean? And
Agreed.
not to say that it needs to be based around the partners.
Right. Right.
If you want to make something interesting for somebody else and post that, I would love to see it. You know what I mean? Don't just think of us as like, oh, you got to get us on your side. You know what I mean?
Right.
Reach out anywhere. You know what I mean? Don't just limit it to us. You have so many people, and especially, I mean, the other 109 people in recruits or in invitational. That's just, you have so many options.
Right.
I mean, it's just so cool to see.
Yeah. Awesome.
Man.
Anything standing out?
Yeah, dude, just leaning off that kind of, I mean, we're seeing a lot more people, and I think we all touched on this earlier. It's less like just gaming. It's a lot.
I love
It's
it.
a lot
Awesome.
of personal stuff. It's like it's even people like some person I thought that put a lot of like Freddie. Like he's been putting like a lot of like interpersonal, and we all know Freddie. I mean he's no cheat. He's been doing this for a minute. So
Yep.
I mean it's just people that you would never think of come out their comfort zone and do a lot of more interpersonal stuff, or VTubing as well. I think you touched on it earlier, Shhmoogly. It's a lot more just game. It's a lot more interactive, trying to connect with not only the partners, like Fractal did, but also just trying to communicate with one another too on a more personal level, on a more IRL level, of content space. And it's not just IRL videos, but also mixing it into their style of content and just thinking outside the box, man. I think that's so cool to see. I think that's something that's kind of Redman, I can tell by your kind of sigh. It's refreshing. It's refreshing to see.
Yeah.
So and hopefully we see more of it as the later rounds go. People kind of run out of steam, and hopefully they can keep doing the same thing.
I agree. I think one of the most recent ones I saw was from one of my vouchers, Ribble. He's doing something with Eagles, and he's doing like a masked singer type deal, where it's like figure out who the recruit is, and I think he asked some partners to do it as well. So that's a super cool one standing out. I mean, it's just like the ideas are endless, and like when you're around other creators, your mind just gets flowing at that point. Like that's what we're all here because we love it and we're creators. And another one of my vouchers has kind of given me a little insight on what he wants to do. Juice, he's working and he knew he was going to be in invitationals because obviously we talked to him about it, and he's been working on a short film for recruits, and he's excited to get that out. And I haven't seen it yet because I'm like, I don't want to see it. I want to see it when you're done with it. Like, just let me see the end product. And I'm like, just the flowing of content is crazy with everyone involved. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see more and everything going on.
Did you guys tell the people who you vouched for invitationals?
I mean, I can cut that part out. I don't have to leave it in there. but-
No. I'm asking. I'm genuinely asking because I didn't tell the people that I vouched for.
I think. Did you, Austin? Because okay, so I did because it was confusing though, right? It was confusing because it's like you want to tell them, but then I know we moved from like you're doing 3 to 5 to 3 to 6,
Yeah,
like
well,
it was like back and forth.
them together anymore. It's
Mm,
like a whole like everyone got released at one time. You know what I mean?
right.
It was those waves.
True.
Like my picks. I never told them.
Mm.
They know. I'm curious. Honest.
All I did, I never specifically said like I want. Okay, you're not the.
I can cut. I know how to cut.
You'll ask anyway. The point of the matter is that I basically went to them. I said, "Would you like another shot at this opportunity? Is that something you're interested?"
See, okay.
So I waited though. I waited until we got our 3 instead of asking and then coming to Tyler with our 3. I kind of had to play it like smart and strategic. I'm not saying everybody didn't play it smart, but
Yeah.
for some people obviously that cut out and then everybody else had to redo their list, etc. So I
True.
made sure
Yep.
that I got my 3. I approached them saying, how do you feel about getting another opportunity here in a similar format? And thankfully, all 3 of them said I would absolutely love that. And I technically had another opportunity to bring somebody else, thankfully.
Yep.
So it was kind of like a yes. I reached out to them, but it wasn't direct. Like I want you to bring you in. It was more of what do you think about joining everybody else and having this opportunity?
Same, yeah.
How I approached it.
Mine was a hypothetical. Like hypothetically, if you were to be invited, that's how I brought it. If you were to be invited, would you be interested? And it was
I didn't say anything. I didn't even ask them.
see, okay. I mean, hey,
They're here.
they're here. They're here and you see them. So yeah, plucked out of thin air.
I dropped that grenade and I left.
They're probably like, how did I even get involved in this shit? Like I didn't even want to be here. Like God damn.
Oh, I
More
made
surprising though. I like that.
No, that's true. That was like probably super authentic. Like, oh shit, I'm on this list thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They don't know. You don't know.
Who's ever watching? You will never know.
Yeah, it's just really cool to bring people back on. I mean, I know we already talked about it, but that's just so cool.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for who's ever listening, even though this was a invite only invitational, who's to say we won't have more of this?
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Well, that's true. Not this Tyler. Other Tyler. Daddy chair. So, any last words? Any final words for the recruits?
Be genuine.
Yeah.
And I said this in our welcome to invitationals video. Just be genuine and be yourself. We can tell. I feel like we're all a pretty good judge of character. Like you can really tell who is trying to play it off and just trying to get it for clicks and views, and the people that are actually grinding and trying to create a community that is worth it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, be yourself. That's what I love. I love that. I want to know you. I don't want to know this facade that you've created online. I just want to know you.
Agreed. Austin. Yeah.
Kind of the same off. Right? That is, show us more authenticity. We know everybody knows the alias. Everybody knows the alias, but show us more of the person. At the end of the day, I mean, without saying too much, we've all had plans. We've talked to Tyler about possibilities, and if we meet IRL, it's straight up just what I mean type stuff. So
Yeah. Right.
it's
Pool
about
party.
Yeah.
Pool party. Yeah. Exactly. Barbecue. Like everything.
Right. I had all the fun, man, and it's something we want to see more about. And I know I think we can all three kind of agree on we're very fortunate to be in a position where, Tyler, although we don't have the final say, Tyler does value our input. He does give us recognition, and he does give us a chance to really, have more eyes because it's hard for him to see everything. So, um, yeah, to bring be genuine, like you said, be more authentic as you can, um, and just show us. There's a lot of people that are gonna out there. And I like using the term is that you can really see some of these people that want to make this a career versus some people that are just looking at it as like a hobby. And then you see the people all together at the end of the day that they love the brand. They enjoy, we can tell who loves the brand. We can tell who enjoys the brand. We saw that a lot from recruits at the end of it, how they reacted and whatnot. So it's a chance to really show us you can shine when the lights are the brightest, and most importantly, just have fun, relax. I mean, try to
Yeah.
most importantly balance life and this competition. You never want to put this competition above life orders. And I think that's a good thing that Respawn does as a company is that they truly care about you and your well-being. Uh, so example, the kind of the week break we had last recruit. So yeah, just be genuine, be authentic, learn how to balance it, but also you know, show us, as Smook pointed out last year when you came direct to me, just show us that you deserve to sit next to us and that
Yep.
you're ready for the opportunity and all the exciting plans we have in the future.
So many exciting plans.
You won't want to miss it. You'll want to be a part of it, guys. Well, Breadman, hydrated. Thank you so much for coming on to the Old Faces episode of Cushing Confessions. And if you
By Respawn,
powered by Respawn, officially powered by Respawn. So this is episode 2.
like lightning,
Yeah.
smoke, and just like the
And then just like the chair, and then just like the chair. Yeah, yeah. No. So thanks guys for hanging out. Episode 3 will be over on Frosty's podcast on his YouTube, and that'll be episode 3 of season 2. And hopefully you guys check out episode 1. That was Frosty and I talking about our experience through recruits, the struggles we went through, and the manifestation of becoming partners at the end of it. So hopefully you guys have a good night. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
peace.